Hello and welcome to the news button. Ebola is once again triggering fear across the world. The name itself evokes terrifying memories, deadly outbreaks, overwhelmed hospitals, global panic, and images of hazmat suits and emergency quarantines. But the big question today is Is Ebola a real threat to India? Or are fears running ahead of facts? Because in the age of hyperconnectivity, misinformation spreads even faster than viruses. So let us separate panic from reality. What exactly is Ebola? Let's first understand. Ebola virus disease is one of the world's deadliest viral diseases. It can cause high fever, weakness, vomiting, diarrhea, and in severe cases, internal and external bleeding. The fatality rate in some outbreaks has been extremely high. That's the reason why Ebola commands global attention every time a fresh outbreak emerges anywhere in the world. But here is the crucial point: Ebola is not like COVID 19. It doesn't spread through the air over long distances like highly contagious respiratory viruses. Transmission usually requires direct contact with bodily fluids, infected individuals, contaminated materials, or infected animals. That significantly limits its spread compared to airborne pandemics. So, is India in danger? India cannot afford complacence, but neither should it descend into hysteria. India today is far better prepared for infectious disease surveillance than it was decades ago. After the COVID 19 pandemic, the country dramatically strengthened its airport screening, genomic surveillance, emergency response systems, laboratory networks, and health coordination mechanisms. International travel means no country is completely insulated, but Ebola outbreaks historically have remained geographically concentrated and relatively containable compared to first spreading airborne viruses. That reduces, though does not eliminate, the risk for India. So, why the world takes Ebola so seriously? Because Ebola has three characteristics that alarm governments and healthcare professionals. It has high fatality potential, severe symptoms, and the kind of strain it puts on the healthcare ecosystem. Even a handful of cases can trigger massive public anxiety. And in densely populated countries like India, authorities must act early rather than late. That means strict monitoring, rapid isolation protocols, contact tracing, and public communication. Preparedness matters more than panic. India's biggest challenge is its population density. India's greatest vulnerability is not necessarily the virus itself, it is scale. Large urban populations, crowded transit systems, and uneven healthcare access in some regions can complicate outbreak management. That is why vigilance at airports, ports, hospitals, and border entry points becomes absolutely critical, especially in an era of massive global mobility. So, what is the real threat? Is it misinformation and panic? One of the biggest dangers during any healthcare crisis is uncontrolled rumor mongering. Social media buzzes, social media panic can overwhelm hospitals, stigmatize communities, spread fake cures, and create chaos. Public awareness must therefore be science based, not fear based. Not every fever is Ebola. Not every international traveler is a threat. Responsible communication is very, very essential. Can India handle a possible case? India today possesses advanced virology institutes, trained epidemiological networks, isolation capabilities, and experience from managing large scale health emergencies. The country has handled COVID 19, Nipah outbreaks, H1N1, and multiple infectious diseases and healthcare challenges in the past. That institutional experience matters enormously and would be of great use if any future challenge comes up. The key is rapid detection and swift containment. So, what should India do now? Well, India's response should focus on intensifying screening, surveillance of international arrivals, strengthening hospital preparedness, public awareness campaigns, and coordination with global health agencies. At the same time, the country must avoid unnecessary alarmism because fear itself can become a parallel crisis. So, the bigger lesson is Ebola is also a reminder of something larger. The 21st century will not just be shaped by military wars or economic wars. It will also be shaped by biological threats, pandemics, climate linked diseases, and global health security. National security now includes public health systems, biotechnology, vaccine capability, disease surveillance, and scientific preparedness. Countries that fail in health resilience will struggle in future crises. That is the grand lesson. So, finally, is Ebola the threat that India should be concerned about? Is the Ebola threat real for India? Yes, in the sense that no globally connected nation can ignore dangerous outbreaks. But is this a moment for panic? No. This is a moment for vigilance, preparedness, scientific thinking, and calm public communication. Because strong nations do not respond to health scares with hysteria. They respond with systems, science, speed, and strategy. Before leaving, leave your comments in the comment section. And do not forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Thanks for watching.